Live your life. Don't worry about the edge. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what do we got going on tonight with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Looks like, as I had feared, we're not able to hold on to $8,000 as we're slipping below it just a little bit right now. But as I keep telling you, don't worry about the price. It's not a big deal. The revolution is going to take a long time. It's going to look like we're losing a majority of the time. On the days when it looks like we're winning, they're just going to strike even harder tomorrow. So as we see the price slipping down, go ahead, take advantage of it, and be happy that they're not just going to try to squish us out. Right? We're not $100,000 tomorrow. We're not freaking out everybody in the world. Did we think that this was because of possible war? I doubt it. It just seems like a good headline, good clickbait title. As usual, was it probably some sort of standard rally as we see in Bitcoin as we look at possibly still being in this downward trajectory? Yeah, it's a good probability. Are we going to see great things out of Bitcoin as we move into 2020 and beyond? Of course. So if it's not really a great time tomorrow, then don't worry about it, because there's a lot of great days right around the corner with us in Bitcoin. And you know, who's here preaching the good word of Bitcoin, helping out at the help desk, and working the computer here in the background is our lovely co-host, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone. I touch like 3 buttons. That's all I know how to do. But I do touch those 3 buttons. Well,
well, I guess 3 is all it takes then.
Right?
So what do we got going on, Samantha? Is there anyone over there in the chat tonight? Are we doing that thing where we're lurking around, talking about this magical internet money, saying, hey, you know what, the internet and the rest of us that don't want to be part of this fiat system, we've kind of started opting out. We built this other currency. It's based on mathematical code and numbers. It's reliable. And, you know, we're just reaching all-time high hash rates once again. No big deal.
John from Malibu is here. He says, I'm here, guys.
John from Malibu, my friend, I'm glad that you are here. I appreciate it. Now I don't feel so crazy.
Our Rafterman is here. He says, if the price is low, it allows me to dollar cost average more Satoshis.
Yep, there we go. Because as long as I can keep looking at, you know, paychecks and dollar bills and walking around Walmart and seeing the price of things and, you know, what the price of a home costs, there's a need for Bitcoin. There's a need for the system to get fixed. And, you know, why are you going to try to start from scratch when you got something good working already? It's just that we got to get the rest of the people to realize this. So how do we get people to realize, you know, the system money that's not working for you? There's another one. There's an alternative. It's been up and going for 11 years. It's working great. And it's starting to show a lot of good causality to be able to be a means of trade, right? Like being able to pay merchants and not so much of always being a store of value. As we see Lightning Network really getting a foothold.
I mean, that's the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but that's what I'm going with. I think that once Lightning actually does even half of what the geniuses behind it are capable of doing, that it should be a pretty decent push.
Yeah, but the problem with Lightning Network and the push is going to be that the need for instant transaction is going to be the push. Why is there a need for instant transactions? When are you selling and buying and paying in Bitcoin, right? Because up until then,
yeah,
it's all just going to be, oh, let's work out the system. Let's work out the kinks. Let's get these lines open. But until there is actually, you know, a big increase in the number of people on Earth that are using, holding, and trading Bitcoin on a daily basis.
You don't want to be waiting in line going, no, I'm good for that bread. I swear. It just got to get 6 confirmations. Just hold up. It's going to say accepted here any second. I swear, guys. It'll be fine. Just a few more minutes.
Can I drink the coffee yet? Can I drink the coffee yet?
Do we get a price discount for the fact that I made half the sandwich before it went through? Just saying. I mean, yes. Until it is where, you know, You really need it to be pretty instant. And I mean, we've all had those cards and those moments and those banks and those whatnots that are still not very instant, even though they're supposed to be.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So what do we got going on in the chat? What are you guys thinking? What do you guys want to talk about tonight? I mean, I wrote down a couple talking points, but it seems like, the topic at hand is everyone's talking about, if you were this morning had written your paper or done your YouTube video, you're talking about how the price was up like anywhere between $500, $600, $700. Now we're looking at the price coming back down. That's where my worries were, is that, of course, the price of Bitcoin is going to come back up. It's can it hold it? Can it hold it for more than 24 to 48 hours? Because wild 10% swings up and down, that's a standard day, or at least it used to
That
be.
could just be some crazy hair up a whale or small groups, but and ta-da, we have a price bump. Yay. But, I don't see, this is why I don't like thinking about the price on the daily. I like to visit the price like every 3 days. It's like weighing yourself, You don't want to do that every day, because really, do you want to know that cheeseburger added that half a pound, or at least in your mind you're thinking it did?
Well, I mean, it seemed like when I went to the news articles, usually I cherry pick out some good stuff, but it did seem like that's all everybody was talking about, is the price pump. What caused it? Is the war behind it? Are we still in this downward trend? Is it possibly incited by the fact that we're in the new year and people are still in the red from last year, so they're selling off Bitcoin this year at the price? Grasping at straws. Hindsight's going to be 2020, as it tends to be in these situations, because trying to guess the price of Bitcoin, that's just maddening.
Yes. I think it's almost, it could probably drive some people crazy, like literally crazy, like certifiable in the end. I could see it happening. Yeah. Okay. So John from Malibu says Sammy's help desk. Yes. Where all your answers? Yeah. Our questions. Yes. Stephen McCoy is here. He says hi. Hello.
Stephen McCoy, I'm glad that you could join us, my friend. You guys, please all hit the thumbs up button. Yesterday, we didn't get our hater. They didn't come through.
Oh, what?
There was
They're
no
slacking.
thumbs down. So let's keep going. Let's keep the positive momentum. Let's show the YouTube algorithm that we're not just producing garbage around here, that we're here to incite Bitcoin and awareness. And we're actually providing a free help desk, which you can write to with the links down below for email and Proton Mail. There's also a couple other social media platforms that I'm posting to in order to try to get the word out there about what we're doing around here. We've been going strong at it for a while now, haven't we, Samantha?
Yes.
Because we crossed over the threshold here and we didn't talk about it much.
Yeah.
That how long have we been out here now? 3 years.
Yes, a long time.
Yeah, it's been 3 years of YouTube videos of getting out here. We watched pre 2000. Right, we started making YouTube videos a little after the price was $1,100.
Yeah, because we got in at it was 6 something, and it was 7 for a little while, and then we really and then yes, I mean, it was literally Adam Meister, but he was like, if I could do this, you could do this, and we were all like, you're right, he can, because it was never going to be me.
So it feels great to continue to be out here in the space. I'm glad I've been able to grow with it. I'm glad that we're still out here fighting the good fight and we didn't wash up with a lot of the other people. It does go to show some of the integrity of the channel, that the fact that we're not here to make money. We're not here to do anything but fight the good fight of the fact that the dollar doesn't work for anybody. And Bitcoin is the best alternative that we have. I personally love it for all of the ins and outs of it, but there's going to be something to it that'll tickle everybody's fancy if you take the time to educate yourself on it and not look at it in this bad lighting that is shed onto it by public society, right? Because a lot of times, that Bitcoin stuff, it's a Ponzi, it's for money launderers, it's for child pornography and black market and garbage, and that's not necessarily true. It's just a digital form of currency that is starting to grab a foothold in the world, just like every other currency, the pound, the yen, the euro, the dollar.
We're just making our own country. That isn't a country.
Our country is the internet.
I mean,
So what do we got going on in the
personally
chat?
like where we live.
So
All
what do we got
right.
going on in the chat? I know it's a little chilly tonight
Yeah, it
though.
is.
It's supposed to be in the mid-30s. Woo!
I
For
know.
us, that's
I know. Everyone everywhere else, laugh all you want. That is cold. Okay. It is cold. Ah, all right. So, la, 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 la. John from Belly Boo says that he bought some. Waiting and guessing makes crazy. I'm a long hauler like Rafterman. Yes, I don't know. Most of us are just we're holders. I mean, that's kind of. I know that I am not like gonna guess the right number or the right date or the right time
to
or
trade
the,
it to make some
no,
to make
none
some
of it.
more.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing.
I also don't think I'm gonna be able to like Magic 8 Ball what the next big project is so that I can get in on it, because now it's it's finding the diamond in the rough, right?
Yeah.
It's the 1 in a million to be able to find a good project that actually is going to make it in this blockchain space, considering how much garbage has been and will be outturned. It's going to be a long time till anyone looks at an ICO without just instantly saying scam off the tip of their tongue. So back to good old tried and true Bitcoin, right? And let's start fixing some of the problems, the divisions of the cryptocurrency space, the awareness, the FUD, the lack of education to the general society, where they just look at it as, oh, it's magical internet money. Well, why is it just magical internet money? Because it's not.
I mean, I do like magical, that, but no, because that makes it whimsical, and it's not. Math is not whimsical.
I mean, it's supported by millions of ASIC machines around the world simultaneously running and hashing away, trying to figure out what the next code is so they can produce a block.
We have lots of people. So Vention is here.
Vention, buddy, I'm glad that you can make
Andy
it, my
Anderson
man.
is here.
Andy Anderson
sign
always
up says no thumbs down yet. What?
Yeah,
okay.
Awesome.
Andy Anderson. He says guessing the price is impossible, yet so many try. I know. Vengeance said Bitcoin almost made me crazy. That was when I realized I had missed the 2013 pump. My face fell into my open hands and I moaned. I know. I try not to look backwards because yes, it can get very discouraging.
Yeah. I mean,
ours is the Ethereumness of ours, but there is. I mean,
you can't go backwards. Yes. That's where I'm always at. You can't go backwards. Talking about backwards is you're just messing up the future, right? Because if I'm going to sit here and keep talking about back there, then I'm not looking ahead. Will you go shut that off?
Ooh, what?
You're not looking ahead. You're not paying attention to what's up here. You're just gonna be and stumble and trip, and miss an opportunity, not see a possible door that could open to you. So, just let it go, learn your lessons from it so that you can see what's in front of you the next time. There you go. Did you get it?
I did. It is paused up. What? All right. So, Paul Rouleau is here. What? Hi. Zaza is here.
Paul Rouleau, my friend, I'm glad that you could make it, buddy. Don't forget to thumbs up for us.
Yay. So many peoples. Yay. Okay. Sign up says a crypto central bank. Something I've heard may come.
Yeah, I mean, of course, as we see the intersection of, traditional finance and the cryptocurrency space, you're going to see, as people don't understand what monetary sovereignty is and don't want to take on the responsibility, as they have been spoon-fed, their entire lives, that they don't need to take responsibility for these things, right? They're going to think that a bank needs to hold their cryptocurrencies. And that's where you're going to see these things.
Did I say Paul Rouleau was here and Zaza?
Yes. Okay. You said Paul Rouleau was here, of course.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Zaza. Nice that you can make it. I'm glad, my friend. This is awesome. I love it when everybody get out here. It's cold nights. Woo.
I know. I'm trying not to dance because you'd probably be able to hear it in some way. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, of course, I didn't see tons of news. So, I mean, what do you guys want to talk about? What are you guys thinking about these cryptocurrency space? I definitely think that this Iranian war stuff had nothing to do with it. I think that was just some nice clickbaity title, right? I mean, do you think so, Samantha?
Yes.
Do you think that people are a fear
of war?
Gonna
say
war so they're gonna go run out and buy a bunch of Bitcoin, and that's gonna drive the price out, and they're gonna go run out and buy a bunch of gold and oil stocks and stuff?
I mean,
not really. I'm gonna go buy a bunch of food and MREs and liquor and toilet paper.
The essentials, people. Fenton says, wonder what they were turning off. Was it their whiskey still, considering their location? First off, Fenton, we have all of our teeth. Thank you. But no, it was a washer machine. But considering our location, it is outside. But on bump.
You know, you have talked about that before. Getting one of those little kits off eBay or whatever.
Yep. Oh, yeah, with the little... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the copper pop,
for the drips, the drips. I would just sit there like a crack. I would just sit there like a crackhead. It's almost half a month. Oh, like what?
You'd sit underneath it.
Like flammable. What are you talking about? No. You can't go blind.
Let me see. What was the other stuff? Taxes. I mean, I could see not being profitable in taxes last year in Bitcoin during trading. I mean, but otherwise, if you bought at the beginning, you know, it was a little over $3,000. So
yeah,
you were doing pretty good there if you bought and held across the year. So I don't know if I necessarily believe that one. Are you reading the chat over there? Or are you thinking, okay, because I see your head swaying back and forth.
No, you're good. I'm cold.
You're cold.
I'm swaying all over. Annie Anderson says, I'll hold your Bitcoin in my central bank. Client says, this show today looks like the motto is Stars and Stripes.
No.
Oh, didn't even. I see where you're going with there. But bump. But no, yeah. No, we're keeping the lights up. I like them. It's nice. It's happening. Yep. Lights year round. Woo, like Disney.
Well, I mean, until we get sunlight at 7 or 7:30. So probably not for another 3 months.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I honestly didn't really pay attention to when sun came out until we started doing the show like outside. And then it was like, oh crap, it's only these hours and then these hours. And everywhere here in the middle is going to be really crappy looking.
So if you're one of those people that believe that price follows hash rate or hash rate follows price, we are seeing all-time high hash rates once again. So whatever that number is, quadrillion hashes. Yeah. So it's up there like the 121 or 120 quadrillion hashes. It's definitely incentivizing me to constantly believe that there is going to be a demand and a desire for Bitcoin, right?
Huh?
I mean, the only downside that I can see is that there could be, I heard that the ideal of, debt, right? If you can take on a lot of debt, you buy a bunch of ASICs, right? You get Bitcoin.
You start your little farming.
You close out. You file bankruptcy. You don't worry about the debt. Bitcoin makes it eventually someday.
I mean, you still have the bit. Yes.
I mean, really, who's going out there and taking big ass gambles like that?
I mean, well, obviously there has been a few.
Well, I mean, yes, I believe that there are some people that are out there doing that. I'm just saying that not to this magnitude of people being sponsored by banks through debt to run ASIC machines.
To then back out.
To try to then back out and foreclose on all of it. Yes.
You don't think that this is just the other avenue that no one seemed to where it's like, what? Banks are just giving this up?
I think it's... Okay, here's there's always correlations, but right in our lifetime growing up, when we were teenagers and early 20s, everybody knew everybody smoked weed, right? But it was bad. And then now everyone's starting to accept it. And
everybody still knows everybody smokes weed, but it's okay.
Well, it's kind of like everybody knows that Bitcoin is going to be big someday, but it's like, I really don't want to talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's keep calling it a Ponzi so I can keep getting it on the down low and the cheap. Let's all get in on mining a little bit of it while we got.
So it's just Fight Club rules. We don't talk about Bitcoin.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bitcoin until we can't do nothing about it.
Oh my God. Okay.
We're just trying to keep the secret in the box as long as possible.
I mean, that's I know that that's my driving motto is you do not talk about the car while you are in the car and it was in motion. Okay. I've had many times when Eugene's been like, man, if you check the oil on this thing and, that tire is balded, oh, what? Lo and behold, we don't make it to our destination. Yup. Fight Club rules is a real thing.
So what's everybody saying tonight? What do we got going on? What else do you guys want to talk about? What are you guys thinking about this all-time high hash rate? Do you think that it's a plus? Do you think that it's too many people fighting over not enough Bitcoin? Do you think that it's going to push the price up?
It's like the Thunderdome.
Right? I mean, or is it going to do, or is it just going to put a bunch of, mining companies out of business, right? And bring the hash rate back down? Because, I mean, the hash rate does over expand, and then we have to contract and flush out the weak hands of the companies and keep only the best of the best miners and electrical costs and all of that.
Yeah, which is going to end up in weird countries by weird companies.
Yeah, it just
it
just diversifies Bitcoin mining even more, and the centralization problem is long gone now at this point, but it just pushes it even further across the world, and not in centralized China like we used to hear all the time when we were starting out. 60% of mining comes out of centralized China, and the flood was this high, and blah blah blah. So mining will only last a month. And they can sell Bitcoin for $1,000.
Yes. Remember, when we used to your horrible little thing where it just had the little Bitcoins and where they would go around the world, and it was, oh my God! Remember when? I mean, for a month straight, it literally looked like nothing was going anywhere other than China. And it was just like, oh my Lord, did you see that when it went over to Germany? Oh, there's one that went to Australia. Yes.
Looking at where the blocks are being produced.
Horrible. I just remember it made the most horrible jingling noises. I was always like, dude, you gotta mute that. I can watch the little, but no. All right. So I'm not the only one. Zaza says, I do the same thing with my car. Andy Henderson says that he is cold and let's go in. Yeah, we're doing that soon, Andy. I know. Benton says, ignore mechanical issues while driving. I should have tried that as my job as a mechanic. Yes, Eugene thinks I'm retarded, but
yes,
I
say pull over at the nearest gas station or pull into the parts store. At least we can pick up the parts so we can fix it later.
No.
Samantha's like, no, we just continue straight on home at the same speed and don't do anything different.
You don't acknowledge. And then it's not real. Oh, man. You know how many elephants in the room that I am not seeing right now? Yeah. What?
She also just had to have 2 tires changed not that long ago because they had big bubbles on them.
Funny, though. Last person who drove my car before that was not me.
Okay, so we're so far off of the Bitcoin topic. I'm glad that you love to joke around with our friends so much.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, so Vincent says the site that showed where the BTC was going was called Fiat Leak, but I suspect you know that.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I kind of know lots of things, Vincent. Bitcoin Jake is here now. Hello.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out, buddy. I appreciate it.
Client says, as a mechanic, you can ignore it at the point where it's driven away. Oh, like your one car dealership dude. Oh, yeah.
The taillight special.
Oh, yeah.
And the special lasts until we don't see your
If you got
taillight
out of that parking lot and there was your warranty, did it make 55 feet? Alrighty, you're good. Zaza says, if I change my oil, get more problems. Old oil is proven to be good. Same here. We're driving the same kind of car, Zaza. I love it. It is. It's like as soon as he changes the brakes, I need a rotor. It's like how is it fine?
It's
and now I need more
effect,
things.
Right?
Yes, because
what is the weakest link?
Once you start disturbing 20-year-old engines and their bolts and whatnot, God knows. I am not that crazy. There is at least one other human being that believes in my car mentality. Fight Club has always worked for me, okay? You just ignore. Yep. Oh, Fenton thinks I'm funny.
All right. So, I mean, do you guys have any predictions? I've noticed that people are starting to tame in their Bitcoin predictions a little bit. I know that when we were in the peak of 2017 there and we were running up towards 20K, it was like $1 million, you know,
No, that's how
150K.
McAfee was supposed to be,
Yes,
like,
yes.
good,
But,
golden.
I mean, now that we're sitting here and we are 2020,
Mm.
they're not, you know, they're like, oh, by 2021. And it's like,
2023 is going to be the year.
I don't know. There's always just so much smoke and so much grandeur with everybody trying to help and tell everyone how they're going to get so rich investing in Bitcoin. It's that it seems like and feels like half the time that's what leads into this ideal of it being a Ponzi. You know, because it's like everyone's just, you know, like as Samantha likes to say, circle jerking each other, saying you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of money when it's not really about that. I mean, yes, we want to have money in the end of all of this, but there's a lot of battles to be fought first. And it's not really, you know, what can Bitcoin do for you? It's what can you do to help Bitcoin? How can you help Bitcoin get there? You know, because if you're just another dead weight that plans on buying a little bit of Bitcoin and putting in your ledger and sitting there and doing absolutely nothing, then I guess you don't really get to complain a lot when the price of Bitcoin is not going higher. You got to get out there and do something to help Bitcoin get the price value that you think it deserves.
Oh, Andy Anderson changed his little bubbly, and I didn't notice it. It went from your granddaughter's stick figureness. Oh, it's a Bitcoin now. Okay, but anyways, he says, Sam, you do what works for you. Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
As long as she keeps going down the road, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And if she don't, AAA is there.
I
If
also
Eugene
have
can't come get
really good luck with strangers for some reason. I don't know if it does just look like I am completely helpless and that I'm going to die.
I told her that if she would have stuck her face on the show, I mean, we'd definitely be over 5,000 subscribers by now.
Whatever. Paul Rillo says, I predict the price will go up or down and that I will buy more.
Paul Rillo, that is a good plan, my friend.
I like your prediction. You are a smart man. Yes.
So is that going to do it for this evening, Samantha? Are you cold enough? You want to go inside and have something warm to drink?
A little. Well, I mean,
bit.
it's going to be Diet Mountain Dew, so that's that. Ooh, I could go Dale style, like King of the Hill. Warm the Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you guys get out here with me tonight. I'm glad that we could talk a little bit about Bitcoin because that's how we spread awareness, right? If you know anybody that's getting into Bitcoin, send them over our way. Let them subscribe to the channel. We're up like 44 subscribers in the last 30 days.
You guys are awesome.
Absolutely fantastic. I love you guys for joining us. You know, please, as always, Samantha is here to give you guys, you know, a voice.
You gotta talk.
You gotta talk in the chat. You gotta comment. You got to ask us your questions, ask us your opinions, ask us what your thoughts are, you know, or tell us what your thoughts are. I mean, ask us what your thoughts. Tell us what I'm thinking.
We should do one of those. That would be very hard and confusing. Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to build a future and we need a currency that works for everyone, we all got to be part of it. And as we're sitting here at 1.5% of the world, there's plenty of room for you to get in here and say your part too.
Right? Oh, dude. I mean, everybody says I think it was Gandhi, but be the change that you want to see in the world. And I mean, seriously, it can't get more simple than that.
I guess that's what I love so much about it is that it is early enough days, you know, and I know that gets so tiresome of hearing early days, but it's early enough days where I think I could actually get in here and be part of it to make a difference. You know, I don't feel like I could go join Congress or, you know, the government in some way and make a difference, right? But I can make a difference out here with just a little YouTube video trying to educate people about Bitcoin and how to take back the power by having their own hardware wallet or, you know, smartphone and hot wallet, right? Getting it off the exchange.
All right. Well, everybody loves us. And Vengeance says, actually, a woman brings in a lot of views, and you don't need to be a crypto tips to make that happen. Have it a mask, a hat, like mad Bitcoins. Actually, Eugene at one point had said something about, Oh, doing shows,
Monero.
doing a show about
Yeah.
privacy and literally like Cloak and Dagger in it, like
And
Silhouette
it
or
would have
like
been
yes,
Monero or Mona Monero or
yes, or
something.
Molly Monero or
Yeah,
yes,
Molly
like
Monero, that's what it was. And we were going to give updates on the local drug markets and which ones were up and down and things like that as part of your intro.
little dark webby,
And then go into talking about the cryptocurrency markets. But this was a long time ago.
Oh, dude, this was way back. I mean, from the get-go, he had tried to get me onto this in some way or another, and at no point in time was I having it. And then when you started doing interviews with your brothers that were here during the time, and guys should watch those.
Oh,
yes.
no. All right, you guys. I really appreciate everyone coming out here. Is there any more over there in the chat, Samantha?
Vengeance says, but then no one would want to watch Eugene.
Vengeance. That is very true, though. I'll have to just whisper in her ear and tell her what to say. All right, you guys. How about you guys whisper in each other's ears tonight? Have a great evening. Take care of each other. And remember to keep that BTC safe. Later.
Bye, guys.